Oh my gosh, like, I can't believe I'm adulting, like, kind of hard. Well, okay, you can turn it up just a little bit. So today we are looking at more houses. We've been looking at houses lately, and so this is sort of like a second edition. We shared like these really nice homes, like new construction up in Temecula or Murrieta like a couple months ago, and now we're doing something a little south of that. And we are now driving to the first location. We're going to do 3 different locations. Yesterday we saw one location, so they're promising. We're excited and a little nervous because we would be considered first-time homeowners, and so this is sort of the beginning stages of this journey. Yeah, and so I'm excited and hopeful to look back at this video and be in our new home, and also obviously share that. So come along and enjoy with us. These spots are small and make me nervous. Alrighty. So, would you like to know what we thought about the first location? Thanks, Landon, for your participation.
Yep.
So we drive, what was that? 26 minutes. I don't even know how much mileage. And we're excited. This place is a little bit far, but it's, you know, it doesn't prohibit us from taking Nathan to the same school, and Alex is closer to his job. So we're excited. We exit the freeway. And, you know, it takes us a little bit to get to the location. And I don't like that normally because I'd rather just be close to the freeway, just convenience. That's my preference, especially if we're buying a home. So we put our masks on. Alex gets out first, then I get out. And our realtor's talking to Alex, and I'm thinking she's preparing him for like this magical experience. Lo and behold, I get up there and she says, "I'm sorry. The last person or the last realtor that showed this place took the key with him or her. Took the key. And when I talked to the listing agent, she said, well, just, you know, open the sliding door. That should be open. Guess what? Sliding door was closed, locked. So here we are, leaving this place that was 26 minutes away to now go up north again, another 26 plus minutes to go to our second location. 28. We're just taking a good old 4th of July road trip, basically. I'm very upset. I'm like, I don't know how people do business like this. And really, it's the last realtor's fault. How do you take the key? It's not yours. And you don't leave the sliding glass door open. But let me say this, though. As we were walking up and we're talking to her, like I parked and then I walked up to see her. We're talking, I'm upset and I'm looking all around. And I see this, I should have taken a picture. I see this gaping hole in the side of the building. Like it looks like half of the concrete was off. It didn't look like the best property. And then when she approached me and we were talking, she goes, that's not the only hole. That's not like the only issue. So I'm like, you know what? It's a sign. I hate that we had to spend, time and money, time and gas and mileage on the car. But I feel like that was good for us to see because that would be a no. I didn't even get a good vibe. I'm really upset, but the second and the third location are promising, so I will show you those unless anything else comes up.
Day's not over yet.
Day's not over yet.
Day.
That's right, Nathan. So hold on to your horses. We'll be right back.
Oh yeah.
So
hit it, Mom.
So this house, this is kind of like one of our first options as far as like what we saw. The pricing was pretty good. I guess I could share with you guys. It was like around $380 per se. And for California, that is like promising because it seems that, you can't get a decent house unless you're talking $500,000, 600,000. And we just don't got that kind of coin laying around. So it was promising, exciting. We saw the pictures inside. It looks good. Problem is when you get in there, you start noticing things like the windows need to be fixed. It had this weird smell. We asked, and it was not a smoker home. I'm always one to ask, is this a pet-free, smoke-free home? Just because I'm allergic, and so I always ask that. So it had a weird smell. So think about it. We had some carpet, some tile. The kitchen was like an exciting project, I thought, to tackle. But then you have like stairs, and you have carpet, and you have like, it looked like a 1975-ish, like built at that point home. It's a lot of work, and we don't have a lot of time, and a lot of money. You need a good, what were you saying, like $20,000?
$20,000 to like
lying around,
make it look like something that you want to see every day.
I didn't take my phone in because our realtor has to give us gloves every time we go somewhere, and we have to wear our masks. So as you know, things have changed, and that is the new, touring method. So I just didn't have my phone with me, but if I can find some of the pictures, I'll insert some. The rooms had good sizes, but the windows looked like they were, really old, so we would need to upgrade the windows, the carpet, the kitchen, like the counters were like, where the old wood that flicks off. So when you're sitting somewhere like that or touching it, like your shirt can kind of get caught. So it needed a lot of work. The appliances, they came with the home, which was great. And it had a little garage and a little side area, so it's like a townhome. So I'm bummed. It's in a great area, and that's always important to me, for it to be in a nice area. It's not too far from the freeway, totally close to Nathan's school, so it wasn't too much of a commute. So that's where we're at. We have one other property, and I'm really hopeful for this one. The issue here is it's expensive. And so it's been on the market, I think, like a couple weeks. And apparently for the market here, that's a little too long. So maybe they'll negotiate. I don't know. I don't know how that works, if they would go down that much. But I'm hopeful. So let's see what happens with this third home. We forgot to update after we saw the third house. And that was the one that we were super excited about. It was very promising. It looked wonderful. I'll see if I can insert some like stock photos, because I took my phone down, recorded like the walk up, and then didn't record inside, which should tell you something because it was so exciting and it looked wonderful. It had 4 bedrooms, a cute little like sunroom. It had a little bit of wilderness in the back, like a sort of like a wall of dirt. I guess you could do some stuff with it, but I get anxiety with that. So it was still cute. Had a cute little like concrete area where you could put like maybe like a splash, not a splash pad, but like a water table for the kids, a garage, washer and dryer area. There was a bedroom on the first floor, and then like a second portion for 3 bedrooms and a bath too. Kitchen was upgraded. I mean, it was wonderful. Very exciting. It is a little much as far as price range, and I think it's considered like a multifamily home because it's I don't know what the difference is with a duplex or multifamily, but this was like, it had a garage, like 2 garages. One garage is for like the neighbor and the other one is for us. And then it had like a carport. So maybe that's multi-level family. I don't know. Or multi-family type of building. It was wonderful. And so now we're just nervous because it was a little bit high price-wise. And we've just been discussing like, how can we make this work? How can we like, you know, buckle down and save money? And then we saw another property today. It was a condo that had a garage, and it's more turnkey, you know, like it's more ready. And I feel like because we're first-time homeowners or will be, we might need to start with something like that. It has like a picnic tables, this condo that we're hopefully looking at tomorrow. It has a pool, spa, like a gym, you know what I mean? Like it's just kind of all in one. So that one it's in a nice area. I'm really excited about that one. So we hope that that one comes through. It was an okay day, but I was like disappointed with, you know, with one of them that I really loved. So anyway, that's that.
Hello.
Hi. So, okay, so today's the next day after, technically, well, really day 3, because we saw one the first day. We saw, what, 2 or 3 houses yesterday? And then we're seeing another one today. This is like a condo. It looks like a townhome, but it's considered a condo. This is very promising. Like, we really like it because it's got a lot of amenities. And we were crunching some numbers, weren't we, sir?
Yeah.
Last night?
Yes.
We were crunching some numbers, and we got excited because it looks like we can afford what we thought we couldn't. And so that's exciting. And so I'm just excited to see what this is all about. I feel like a lot of times the pictures look really great. It says it's a turnkey property. That's exciting because there's not a lot of work to be done. Anything, you know, what is it, aesthetic, I guess, would be like on us. And it's got a garage, so it's got a lot of pluses. And so,
Hopefully I get my own room.
oh yeah, he'll get his own room. Okay, guys, so I did not update you after we saw this last home. It was pretty awesome. We have been sort of doing research, you know, videos on people with experience, who've gone through the process, talked to some friends. And with that, one of the things we found is that out of your list of things that you want or you require for a home, it's safe to say you'll probably have 70, maybe 80% of the things that you want on that list. And so with that being said, you know, you're not going to get everything you want, maybe not the first time, especially if it's a financial situation. Because, you know, if we had the funds, then it wouldn't even be a thing. You would get the house that you want for the things that you need, or you would have the money to have them fixed. So in our case, this is like a condo. I think I said it before, like a condo townhome type style. I'm glad that it has a garage, washer and dryer, but it is like a 3-story type situation, which that is not my favorite, but we've seen a couple of those just in this journey. I mean, I think I shared a home, you know, like looking for a home journey. Maybe the baby was like 2 or 3 months. So it might have been December, January. And we had seen another one that was like this, 3-story, where the garage and there was like a small studio on the first floor. And then the other 2 bedrooms were on the 3rd floor. So when you walk in, even from the street, you know, as a guest, you walk in, there's a little room to the side with a restroom. You go upstairs and then there's like that, like the living space, living room, a restroom, and a kitchen. And then if you go to the 3rd floor, that's like, you know, the master bedroom with like another bedroom. And I didn't like that because in that case, you know, Nathan would probably be at the bottom because he's older. And it would be, in this case, it would be like off the street. And I didn't really like that. I didn't feel safe. In this place that we saw today, it is 3-story. And so it's got the garage, and you go upstairs, and it's like the living space where you have a living room, kitchen, small dining, and a patio. And then there's like maybe 3 or 4 steps from the living room to this 1 bedroom and restroom, and that would be his. And I like it because he's closer to us, because if you go to the 3rd floor, then there's 2 other bedrooms with a restroom each. So it's nice. It's pretty much a turnkey, which is exciting. We would probably upgrade the kitchen, the restrooms, just, you know, nice little projects, but it's pretty much done. And I feel like for us being new homeowners, it's a good place to start, you know, because it's not an actual house as far as like a backyard and having to worry about watering the grass. You know, like thinking about this, because I feel like I want to look back at this and just see where I'm at. So I'm sharing the information because I feel like this could help someone, even though it's not the nitty gritty, but it's sort of the, you know, how do you feel, and just seeing different homes and the pros and the cons. Right now, I am like nervous and I'm excited. I'm like in a place where I'm so excited, but also like, don't get your hopes up, you know, because they could come back. So basically, with that being said, we put in an offer. Oh my gosh. Like, I can't believe I'm adulting like kind of hard. So, and I think the reason I'm more nervous is because I've always had this like idea that buying a home is so hard, it's overwhelming. I always feel like I'm not ready. And now I just feel like, you know, we're in a little bit of a better place. I want to invest in us because obviously I don't want to pay somebody else's rent. And that's what you're doing when you're in an apartment or when you're renting, you know, which as we are now. There is nothing wrong with that, obviously. But I just feel like I want to turn it around to where we're paying off something that's for us. So that's what I mean by investing in us. But like right now, the way I feel is overwhelmed. There's so much information. Overwhelmed, nervous that this is like we're taking on too much. And we crunch the numbers. Like we can do it. We have to be wise, obviously. And so it's just a weird place to be mentally. But I was telling my realtor that I just want to be present. A lot of times I think you can get overly excited, or you can like wish for the next step and you're not present in the moment. And when that happens, and I've talked a little bit about this in a different situation, is you finally make it, you know, you get the goal, and then you look back and you're like, you missed it. Like you missed the moments that lead up to that. And so, you know, right now I'm just like, you know, today is Saturday. So we put in the offer today. It was such a hot potato. Like it was such a good listing that there was already like, it showed up last night. I saw it and I was like, oh, this is, you know, Alex was like, this is going to go fast. I was excited. And then today they had already had 2 offers. So, you know, I wrote a little letter of like intent of like, this is who we are. We would be excited to have this be our first home, and hoping that somehow, again, if it's meant to be for us, you know, then great. But I hope that encourages the seller, you know, that we're going to take care of this home. And I don't know, I just, like my mind is just going through a lot, because this is like a big deal. And, you know, it's got the 3 bedrooms, and we wanted 3 bedrooms at least, and then 2+ baths. This one actually has 3 full baths. So that's cool. And, yeah, I just, it's like a weird place to be, you know, like where you're excited, you're nervous, you don't know what to expect. So like I said, today's Saturday, the offer will be put in tomorrow. So our realtor has to like get everything ready. And then that's Sunday though. So it won't be until Monday maybe that it'll, I think, be presented to the seller, I guess, if that's how that works. And then we might get an answer, I hope Monday or Tuesday. But again, there's other offers. So it could be a no for us. And we have to also be prepared for that. And I hate that. First, I hate waiting. And second, it's just, sorry. I just don't like waiting. And it's nerve-wracking to think that this could possibly be it. Like I'm trying to envision this, and I'm trying to envision, I think honestly I've envisioned really them saying yes, not that they say no. And just thinking like, I can't believe this. Like, you know, once you put in an offer or once you say like, yes, I want to do this, now I'm feeling like I just want to retreat. Like, I'm just like, should we do this? You know, maybe it's a natural feeling. Maybe this is typical. I wonder if there's any new homeowners out there who were like, that's it, let's just jump in. No big deal. It's great. But for some reason, and I probably have to sit and think about that and trace that back. Like, why am I so afraid of the process? What was so worrisome about it? I have friends who are way younger than me, in their 20s, might have a child or no children, and they're like, yeah, we just bought our first house, you know? And that's exciting for them. And so I just wonder like where I had that idea, where I think I bring that. I kind of get anxious a lot and I'm like nervous. I tend to be a nervous person. And so I feel like tracing back where I got that idea that it was so scary, I think that I'm bringing that sort of anxiety and I shouldn't. But it's my head sort of in between being excited and the nervousness of like, is this real? What does this mean? You know, once you sign this and you're no longer, you know, paying somebody else's rent. I think it's kind of like, you know, and I'm not an entrepreneur, but I always wanted to be, and like I want to find something that like creates passive income or, you know, just something to where I'm working for myself. And I think to myself, for so long I've been so comfortable with working for someone else, and it's very easy and comfortable to pay someone else's rent, because when you rent, anything that goes wrong, you call the landlord. It's not on you to fix anything. And I think once you transition from being a worker to an entrepreneur or an owner of a business, that's nerve-wracking because everything falls on you, a lot of responsibility, and same thing with this house. Now, what I do like is because it's a condo and it's a complex-ish, you know, it's got like the pool and the gym and things like that. It's a little better, I think, as like a small stepping stone for us to start out with our home that way, because it's not like we have a huge backyard. And I feel like they probably upkeep it, you know, it's like an HOA, so you have to pay for that monthly on top of like the rent. So it's just a lot of information that we've kind of learned along the way. And so I am hopeful that just sharing my feelings and where I'm at right now is not just for me to look back on and see where I was mentally, but also that it helps you if you are thinking about purchasing a home. You know, once this is all over, even if we don't get this apartment or this house, this condo, I do want to make a video that kind of maybe sets a couple little pieces of information to help those who it's like, okay, what do I need to get started in this process? Sometimes it's overwhelming to know the whole thing. So maybe if you're thinking about getting a house soon, maybe in the next 6 months, a year, what do you need to prepare yourself? And I can just speak from my perspective. I, don't know that that's the right thing for everyone, but for the most part, I think it's basic things. Like, you want to make sure you're saving up. It depends. Like for us, Alex is a veteran, so it's going to depend on if you're using a VA loan or not. And I can only speak on what obviously our experience is. So that'll be nice to share and hopefully help anybody out there who is in the similar position and who is trying to become a homeowner. So super excited about that home that we saw today. And now it's just crossing your fingers and we'll see what happens on Monday. So send positive vibes my way. And I will be okay either way. So anyway, if you have stuck around this long, thank you so much for being here. As always, I do appreciate your support, and I will see you in the next video.